Hello, this is Rory with the Love Chat, and today's topic is, can a relationship with my ex be healthy again? Now, this is video number 98. If you have a question you'd like for me to consider featuring on the Love Chat, please write it in a comment below. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe and hit like. Now then, can a relationship with your ex be healthy again? This is a completely normal and completely valid question to ask yourselves. You see, after a relationship is over, and we're going through the process of healing and cleaning up the mess that was left before, we inevitably ask ourselves, can I even get back in this thing? Can I even go back and revisit it? Is it possible? If not for the fact that a bunch of people just helped me get over it, and I still kind of want it back, A, I'll be pissing off all of those people, basically spitting in their face, the ones who helped me. And of course, you know that the people who love you and support you won't feel that way. But also, is it even healthy to go back to? Is this something that could be healthy again? And so this video is dedicated towards that very question. Now, it definitely is a hard one to answer, but I think the most important question to consider while asking yourself if this can be healthy again with your ex is a counter question. And I was talking to one of my coaching clients this morning, and it really got me thinking about this, and I was inspired to do a video on it. That question is, do the behaviors that this person triggers in me allow me to succeed or encourage me to fail? So let me give some examples of this idea. I had a buddy who had a girlfriend in college, and this girlfriend was not very good for him in terms of his studies. Now, she would always convince him not to do his homework, or rather to play video games instead of focusing on himself. Basically, the whole mentality of, instead of going to the gym, my girlfriend convinced me to come home, cuddle with her on the couch, and watch a movie. It sounds great, right? And certainly, there are days where that's completely fine. Lounge about, relax, and just focus on cultivating and communicating with your loved one. But when this happens, so often, it usually leads to your detriment. So the most important question is, if you go back to that relationship, will it be more of the same, more of them encouraging behavior that brings you down? And have you gained enough emotional and mental wherewithal to avoid that same scenario? Saying no, just like we talked about a couple of videos ago. Say no to the things that you know that will be to your detriment. But remember that in all things there must be balance. And so sometimes it's totally fine to skip a day at the gym to hang out with your partner and just lounge about and relax, spend a day in bed. Be lazy. But there are many more times where you should say no to doing that exact thing. There has to be a balance. And relationships usually fail when it comes to this type of issue because the balance is lost. Either there's just too much lounging about, it got too routine, it became stale, we lost the spark. Human beings require routine. It allows us to feel structure. And when we feel structure, we have security. We feel safe. But within that structure, there must be variety. Otherwise, too much structure will cause sadness. And the problem is that it's a very subtle and quiet sadness. And so, if we're not aware of it, it whittles away at a relationship, but very slowly and very quietly until one of you wake up and says, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. It's stagnant. It's routine. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And other phrases that ring the same bell. Another question to consider while along this line of thinking is, has there been enough self-growth in me and in this other person in order for us to come together and share in our self-growth, right? You don't want to enter a relationship where you're pushing the other person to be better, to be more. The point is not to change the other person, it's to be a pillar of strength, be the mountain, to help them on days where they're feeling weak, to be understanding and relaxed and patient, and when they need your help, you're there to help them stand. But you're never pushing them to be better to the point where you're changing who they are fundamentally. They've got to do that for themselves if they think that it's necessary for their growth. So, what I really want you all to focus on today is, will a relationship with my ex inspire behaviors that are to my detriment? Or have we both grown and gained perspective and gained the wherewithal to focus on our lives, to keep pushing each other to be better for each other, but mostly for ourselves? It's a big question. And so many of the people that I talk to tell me, I've done so much growing and I'm such a better person. And so many areas of my life are fulfilled, but I still yearn for a relationship. I still am excited about another person. And that's totally okay. But you want to have another person who's able to keep up with the self-growth. Because that's who you've become. That's who you are now. Somebody who expects better, who's happier, who looks and acts more attractive. You deserve this, and you deserve a relationship with somebody who's excited to be with you and who would never dream of leaving you. And this person knows that if there's a problem in the relationship, they can sit down and calmly talk with you. You deserve these things. And so now it's time to expect more from yourself. Expect more from your partner. These thoughts will help you be more successful moving forward. And that's all I had for today. If you found my video helpful, I'd be very grateful if you'd subscribe and hit like. Please leave a comment below and tell me how I did on this video and what topics you want me to cover in the future. Additionally, as a thank you to all of my subscribers, not only for sticking with the channel, but as a thank you for focusing on your personal growth, I've discounted the prices on the coachings if you're interested in personal coaching on your situation. As always, I'm proud of each and every one of you, and this isn't easy. But another simple question to ask yourself is, in 3 months, will I have been happier